Recitation of La ilaha illallah by a dying person relieves the pangs of death and ensures entry into Jannah. And I can testify myself that there are circumstances where you can relieve pain and cause all sorts of wonderful feelings sometimes too, through remembrance. An Yahyabne Qalhatte Bne Abdullahi Qala Rabia Talhatu Hazidan Faqila Lahu Malaka Faqala Ani Sami'atu Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam Yaqulu Inni la'alamu kalamatan la yaquluha abdun inda mautihi illa nafasallahu anhu kurbatahu wa ashraqa launuhu wa ra'ya ma yasuruhu wa ma mana'ani an as'alahu anha illa al-qudratu alayhi hatta mata faqala uqaru inni la alamuha qala fama hiya qala lana alamu kalimatu hiya ahramu min kalimatin amara biha amahu la na'alamu kalimatu hiya ahramu min kalimatin amara biha amhu la ilaha illallahu qala fahiya wallahi hiya. Once, Talha, God be pleased with him, was seen sitting in a sad mood. Somebody asked him why he was so sad. He said, I heard from the messenger of God, divine contact upon him and wholeness, that he knew the words which, if recited by a dying person at the time of his death, brings him relief from the pains of death, so that his face brightens and he dies in happiness. Unfortunately, I could not inquire about those words from the messenger of God. Prayers to God upon him and peace, and therefore I am feeling unhappy. Umar, God be pleased with him, said that he knew those words. Talha, God be pleased with him, joyously asked what those were, and Umar, God be pleased with him, said, we know that no words are better than the kalima which was offered by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to his uncle Abu Talib, and it is, there is no God except God. Talha said, by God, it is this. By God, it is this. Bayhaqi is the narrator. Okay, who else is the narrator? Are we just Bayhaqi narrated through the following chain or something? Graded sound. Note is related and meant in many a hadith that al-kalama al-tayyibah compromises light and happiness through and through. Al-Hafiz ibn Hajar rahmat alayh has stated in this book, Munabbahat, that there are 5 kinds of darkness for which there are 5 specific lights. The love of the world is a darkness. The light for it is piousness. Sin is a darkness. The light for which is tawbah, repentance. The grave is a darkness, the light for which is the kalima La ilaha illallah. The next life is darkness, the light for which is good deeds. And there is the sirat, is a darkness, the light for which is faith. Rabi'a al-Adawiyah, rahmat alayh, a well-known woman, saint, used to remain busy in salah throughout the night, would sleep a little of the time at the early dawn, and would wake up suddenly just before the Fajr prayer, blaming herself and saying, "How long will you lie asleep? Soon you will be in the grave. Where will you sleep till Qiyamah?" The day of rising. The day of standing. Well, the day of resurrection is what we usually call it in English, but at the time of her death, she told her maidservant that she should be buried in the patched ordinary dress which she used to wear at the time of Tahajjud, Salah, and that nobody should be informed of her death. After her burial, according to her wishes, the maidservant saw her in a dream, wearing a very beautiful dress. When asked about what happened to her old dress, she replied that it had been deposited with her deeds. The maidservant requested her for some advice, when she replied, "Do dhikr of Almighty Allah as much as you can. By virtue of this, you will be enviable in the grave." And we should find that more and more of our life becomes this remembrance. It's not that we don't get things physical or that people might not consider religious done. It's just these things become religious through our intentions and our consciousness.